Hello friends, let me tell you what's going on here. So I finished this painting. I thought I finished it yesterday. Actually, I did an additional glaze on it this morning, and it's a commission piece, and I'm doing this partly for my fellow artists to join in with their challenge of doing commissions. First of all, let me show you the painting. It's a street, Paris street scene. Fortunately, it's from my own photograph. In fact, there's the photograph. So the client liked that picture well, but they liked this painting that I did of downtown Raleigh. So that coloring on this subject matter. Oh, also adding the Eiffel Tower, so that's why that's there. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I'm trying to give you a view that isn't all glare, which is hard to do. Pretty happy with it, and I think my client, a man and wife, are more or less happy with it, but they came back with several requests for changes. For some reason, I'm not terribly surprised, of course, because I was trying to achieve this color, and as you can see, they're not the same color. I would say for obvious reasons. One is this has a bunch of sky and tree foliage, and this is a Paris street scene. So anyway, that's making excuses. You know, the whole time I was doing it, it's like, I had this nagging doubt, like, I don't know if this is going to be, you know, the right color. So anyway, sure enough, they came back. There's several things they want, some of which are easy to fix. Number one is they really liked the red in this cafe. Well, I painted this red because this is downstairs at the Hibernian on South Glenwood. Those of you from Raleigh, because it is red. So, but okay, so I've already started making this red. They also asked for brighter lights, more street lights, and sky. So I'm going to change the sky color. Check, no problem. I'm going to amplify or make this street light a little more obvious. And then I'm going to add just here and there, wherever I can, I'm going to add more color. So that's what I'm doing right now. Right at the moment, I'm doing glazes. Now, as you know, one of the challenges to when you paint in my technique, which is layer, you know, this is 8 or 9 layers of work, it's not easy to change things because you can't just stick something on top of what's already there or to look like it's stuck on top. So glazes are a major way to try to get the changes made that I need. So I'm just at the moment looking for anywhere where I can add a little bit more intense color. It is a rather monochromatic painting, I agree. So I'm trying to make it less monochromatic. So I'm thinking, okay, let's make this the side of this building, and I looked at my photographs again to get ideas. Let's make the side of this building green. That's very Paris-like. I'm going to add some intense red here. How about some green on those shutters up there? So are we together yet? You can't see what I'm doing though. Yeah, you can. Let me lower this down while I start to paint some green shutters. Lots of shutters are green, right? Right. Even in Paris, I presume. Yeah. So let's be honest. As artists, it really can be irritating to take correction from a client, and if you decide you can't deal with it, then you can't do commissions. Because that's just part of the business of doing commissions. But it's difficult because you feel like, oh, come on, it's a great painting. You know, I feel like it was a good painting, and now I'm having to go in here and change a bunch of things. It's kind of, you swallow your pride, right? And that's part of the reason why I turned you guys on, so you would keep me professional. You would keep me, you know, humble. Okay, let's do this. This is one of those moments, and again, my client is paying me well for the painting. So you can't have a little, I'm saying to myself and to you if you want, you can't have a little hissy fit. No, that is not professional. They're paying you. Now, when they're not paying you, that hurts. And of course, I've had that happen many times. You know, some of those portraits that I do, dirt cheap portraits, and then the ones I do the cheapest, you know, they come back with the most requests for change. That does hurt. But no, that is not the case here. Thank goodness I'm being paid fairly for my time and skill and everything. So just add a little bit more blue here, just trying to punch out the color a little bit. And I'm really going to work on the sky, but I'm gonna save that for later. How about, yeah, a little bit more lavender right on that sun. I have hints of color all over in this painting, but they're pretty subtle. They're pretty subdued. So now I'm just thinking about, well, let's come in and make them a little bit more intense colors. While I'm at it, let's do some letters. The fact is, once you get over your bad self, can you see what I'm doing here? Am I in the screen? I am. The fact is, once you get over your bad self, you get over your bad attitudes, you hate to admit it, but many times when a client comes back and says something, and again, this is after you get over your bad self, and you work, and again, you have to pull yourself together, take a deep breath, say something like, I'm a trained professional, I am a consummate artist, so consummate, is that a word? That I can take correction, and I can take a client's, now this happens, of course, in the illustration world. This happens all the time, and that was irritating often. So this is nothing, I think, compared to the world of illustration. M-I-C-H, San Michel here, by the way. It's what I'm, Saint Michael or San Michel. I'm making letters now. I had thought about that, this name earlier. Okay, but I don't want to spell out I don't want the whole sign this color. I just want part of it. So there we go. And again, the main purpose of that is to introduce a little bit more color. Anyway, once you get over your bad self, you get over your bad attitudes and settle down, many times, let's admit it, suggestions like this are actually, you know what? Don't tell anybody. If you do, this might be even a better painting after I make these changes. And I will tell you this much, you better have that attitude. So my attitude now is, okay, I didn't want to make any changes. I thought I was done. You know, it's just a psychological thing. I wanted to be done with this painting. I was quite happy with it. I thought it was a good painting. And I think my clients would say, yeah, it is a good painting, but in fact, that's exactly what they said, right? Typical. But my attitude now is, okay, well, I'm going into the canvas one more time. And if I'm going into it, by golly, I'm going to make it a better painting than it was. That is my attitude. So the things I'm doing, I'm going to add more intense white light here. For instance, I don't know if you've ever done this. Take a piece of white paper and hold it up and say, okay, which is brighter, that or that? Okay, so I've got quite a ways I can go toward light in that area right there. So I'm going to lighten that. I think that's part of what they want. I'm going to add a little more sparkle because this painting has these lights in the trees, has just a little bit more sparkle to it. So I'm going to look for places to add sparkle. It doesn't have to be logical sparkle. It doesn't even have to make sense. It just has to be there. I'm going to brighten the street light. I'm going to add red here. I'm going to change the blue, the sky, to an ultramarine blue sky. More like, again, more like this. And I'm already looking for places that I can introduce green. So I've done it here on these shutters. I've added some aqua color here and some purple here. So I'm just pumping up pretty kind of all the colors. And again, I'm steeling myself with the attitude, I'm going to make this even a better painting. Now, I've already photographed this thing and everything, which is, you know, a bit of an operation. So it's not like, you know, it's not like you take a camera and go clickety-click and you're done. I've somewhere in the months past, I've taken you out to my garage and shown you how I photograph paintings. It's not an easy, so I have to do all that over again, unless I don't want to, unless I just want to record my original painting, you know, for if I want the original version recorded and don't care about these modifications. But since I'm trying to make it a better painting, then I'm assuming I am going to succeed at that. Then I'm going to have to photograph the whole thing all over again. Not a lot of fun, but come on, there's worse ways to make a living. Don't you think? In fact, almost every other way to make a living is worse than this. If I were to be honest, right? I'm a blessed man. Okay, I'm going to have to come in here with progressive layers of lightness. Orange, then pale yellow orange, then pale yellow, off-white, and so on and so forth, to build up, to make this color look believable. In other words, right now I'm just doing the first layer, all the same color. And that's the danger, is all the same color. And since I'm doing that, and then I must add more red to this awning. Okay, so I think that's, I don't need to detain you any longer. It's, again, just looking for excuses to add color sort of anywhere I can. These flowers, some of these flags. You with me? Good. I knew you were. Good enough. Thank you very much. I'll post, well, on YouTube, it's hard to post the final painting, so it'll be on Facebook, and but I'll try to take a video of it when I'm all finished. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it. Bye.